हरे कृष्णा। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैवं नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्ति भवती नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. We continue in Srimad Bhagavatam, canto first, chapter 16, shloka number 20 and 21. पादैन्यूनं शोचसीमा एकपादम्
पादैन्यूनं शोचसीमा एकपादम्
आत्मानं वा वृषलैः भोक्ष्यमाणम्
आत्मानं वा वृषलैः भाक्ष्यमानम्।
भो
हाँ।
आहो सुरा आदीन् ऋतयज्ञ भागान्
आहो सूरादीन हृतयज्ञ भागान्
प्रजा उत स्वितमघवति अवर्षति
प्रजा उत स्वीतमघवती अवर्षति
रक्षमाणा से उर्विबालान्
रक्षमाना स्त्रिय उर्विबालान्
शोचसी अथो पुरुषादै इव आर्तान्
शोचसी यथ पुरुषादयि इव अवार्तान्।
वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि
वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि
अब्रह्मणे राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्
अब्रह्मण्ये राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्।
पादैन्यूनं शोचसी माैकपादाम्
पादैन्यूनं शोचसीमा एकपादाम्
आत्मानं वा वृषलैः भोक्ष्यमाणम्
आत्मानं वा वृक्षलैः भोक्ष्यमानम्।
आहोसुर आदीन् ऋतयज्ञ भागान्
आहोसुरादीन् हृतयज्ञ भागान्
प्रजा उत स्वितमघवति अवर्षति
प्रजा उत स्वीतो मघवती अवर्षति
रक्षमाणा श्रियः उर्विबालान्
अरक्षमाना स्त्रिय उर्विबालान्
शोचसी अथो पुरुष आदै इव आर्तान्
शोचसी यथो पुरुषादै इव वार्तान्।
वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि
वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणिम्
अब्रह्मणे राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्
अब्रह्मणे राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्।
पादैन्यूनं शोचसी मा एकपादम् आत्मानं वा वृषलैः भोक्ष्यमाणम् आवोसुर आदीन् ऋतयज्ञ भागान् प्रजा उत स्वितमघवति अवर्षति रक्षमाणाः श्रिय उर्विबालान् शोचसी अथो पुरुष आदै इव आर्तान् वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि अब्रह्मणे राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्
पादैन्यूनं शोचसीमा एकपादम् आत्मानं वा वृषलैः भोक्ष्यमानम् आहोसुरादीन् हृतयज्ञ भागान् प्रज्ञा उत स्वीतमघवती अवर्षति अवक्ष्यमाणः स्त्रिय उर्विबालान् शोचसी अथो पुरुष आदैः परिवर्तान्। वाचं देवीं ब्रह्मकुले कुकर्मणि अब्रह्मण्ये राजकुले कुल अग्रयान्।
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I have lost my three legs and I am now standing on one only. Are you lamenting for my state of existence? Or are you in great anxiety because henceforward the unlawful meat eaters will exploit you? Or are you in a sorry plight because the demigods are now bereft of their share of sacrificial offerings because no sacrifices are being performed at present? Or you grieving or living beings because of their sufferings due to famine and drought? Are you feeling compunction for the unhappy women and children who are left forlorn by unscrupulous person? Or are you unhappy because the goddess of learning is being handled by brahmanas that addicted to acts against the principles of religion? Or are you sorry to see that the brahmanas have taken shelter of administrative families that they do not respect brahminical culture? with the purport by the Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. With the progress of the age of Kali, four things particularly, namely the duration of life, the mercy, power of recollection, and moral or religious principles will gradually diminish, since dharma or the principles of religion would be lost in the proportion of 3 out of 4. The symbolic bull was standing on one leg only. When 3/4 of population of the whole world will irreligiously, the situation is converted into hell for the animals. In the age of Kali, godless civilization will create so many so-called religious societies in which the personality of Godhead will be directly or indirectly defined, and the faithless societies of men will make the world uninhabitable for the Sanner section of people. There are gradation of human beings in terms of proportionate faith in the supreme personality of Godhead. The first class faithful men are the Vaishnavas and the Brahmanas, then the Kshatriyas, then the Vaishyas, and then the Shudras, and then the Mlechas, the Yavanas, and at last Chandalas. The degradation of human soul's instinct begins from the Mlechas, and the Chandala state of life is the lost word in human degradation. All the above terms mentioned in the Vedic literature are never meant for any particular community or birth. They are different qualification of human beings in general. There is no question of birthright or community. One can acquire the respective qualification by one's own efforts, and thus the son of a Vaishnava can become a Mlecha, or the son of Chandala can become more than a Brahmana, all in terms of their association and intimate relation with the Supreme Lord. The meat eaters are generally called Mlechas, but all meat eaters are not Mlechas. Those who accept meat in terms of scriptural injunctions are not mlechas, but those who accept meat without restriction are called mlechas. Beef is forbidden in the scriptures, and the bulls and cows are offered special protection by followers of the Vedas. But in this age of Kali, people will exploit the body of the bull and the cow as they like, and thus they will invite suffering of various types. The people of this age will not perform any sacrifice. The Mlechas population will care very little for performances of sacrifices, although performance of sacrifice is essential for persons who are materially engaged in sense enjoyment. In the Bhagavad Gita 3.14 to 16, performance of sacrifices is strongly recommended. The living beings are created by the creator of Brahma, and just to maintain the creating living being progressively toward the path back to Godhead, the system of performing sacrifice is also created by him. The system is that living beings live on the produce of grains and vegetables, and by eating such foodstuff, they get vital power of the body in the shape of blood and semen. And from blood and semen, one living being is able to create another living being. But the production of grains, grass, etc., become possible by rain, and this rain is made to shower properly by performance of recommended sacrifices. Such sacrifices are directed by the rites of the Vedas, namely Sam, Yajur, Rug, and Atharva. In the Manusmriti, it is recommended that by offerings of sacrifice on the altar of the fire, the sun god is pleased. When the sun god is pleased, he properly collects water from the sea, and thus sufficient clouds collect on the horizon and rains fall. After sufficient rains fall, there is sufficient production of grains for men and all animals, and thus there is energy in the living being for progressive activity. The Mlechas, however, make plans to install slaughterhouses for killing bulls and cows along with other animals, thinking that they will prosper by increasing the number of factories and live on animal food without caring for performance of sacrifices and production of grains. But they must know that even for the animals, they must produce grass and vegetables. Otherwise, the animals cannot live and to produce grass for the animal, they require sufficient rain. Therefore, they have to depend ultimately on the mercy of the demigods, like the sun god Indra and Chandra. And such demigods must be satisfied by performances of sacrifice. This material world is a sort of prison house, as we have several times mentioned. The demigods are the servants of the Lord who see to the proper upkeep of the prison house. These demigods want to see that the rebel living being who want to survive faithlessly are gradually turned towards the supreme power of the Lord. Therefore, the system of offering sacrifice is recommended in the scriptures. The materialistic men want to work hard and enjoy fruitive results for sense enjoyment. Thus, they are committing many types of sins at every stage of life. Those, however, who are consciously engaged in the devotional service of the Lord are transcendental to all varieties of sin and virtue. Their activities are free from the contamination of three modes of material nature. For the devotees, there is no need for performance of prescribed sacrifice because the very life of the devotee is a symbol of sacrifice. But persons who are engaged in fruitive activities for sense enjoyment must perform the prescribed sacrifices because that is the only means to get free from the reaction of all sins committed by fruitive workers. Sacrifice is the means of for counteracting such accumulated sins. The demigods are pleased when such sacrifices are performed, just as prison officers are satisfied when the prisoners are turned into obedient subject. Lord Chaitanya, however, has recommended only one yajna or sacrifice called the Sankirtan yajna, the chanting of Hare Krishna, in which everyone can take part. Thus, both devotees and fruitive workers can derive equal benefit from the performances of Sankirtan yajna. In the age of Kali, the women and the children, along with Brahmanas and cows, will be grossly neglected and left unprotected. In this age, illicit connection with women will render many women and children uncared for. Circumstantially, the women will try to become independent of the protection of men, and marriage will be performed as a matter of formal agreement between men and women. In most cases, the children will not be taken care of properly. The Brahmanas are traditionally intelligent men, and thus they will be able to pick up modern education to the topmost rank. But as far as moral and religious principles are concerned, they shall be the most fallen. Education and bad character go ill together, but such things will run parallel. The administrative heads as a class will condemn the tenets of Vedic wisdom and will prefer to conduct a so-called secular state, and the so-called educated Brahmanas will be purchased by such unscrupulous administrators. Even a philosopher and writer of many books on religious principle may also accept an exalted post in a government which denies all the moral codes of the Shastras. The Brahmanas are specially restricted from accepting such service, but in this age they will not accept. They will not only accept service, but they will do even if it is of the meanest quality. These are some of the symptoms of the Kali age, which are harmful to the general welfare of human society. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितमेन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवान् च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितान् च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We try to understand to sloka number 20 and 21. Here uh, they describe about the age of Kali, and namely four qualities degraded, those describing. And then next shloka they describing about the uh, condition of the women and children. Prabhuji will tell us in detail. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. So, two shlokas and such a wonderful purport which Srila Prabhupada has given to make us actually understand the essence of what is being mentioned. So, when we saw yesterday that Dharma in the form of a bull is mentioning that he had lost three legs. He is on Ekpadan. It means that he had lost three legs. And he's saying that now because of that, he's standing only on one leg. So, dear cow, so he is addressing Mother Earth. Is it that you are lamenting because of such a bad state of my existence? Or is it that you are foreseeing that in future the meat eaters will start exploiting you? What this sentence means that till that time cow was a revered person. Or is it that because there are no more yajnas happening, no more offerings are being given to the demigods, so are you feeling sorry for their state? Or is it that there's going to be a famine, there's going to be a drought, and so you're grieving for the living beings and their sufferings? Or it could be that, is it the women and children who are going to be left forlorn by the unscrupulous persons? So are you feeling bad for them? Saraswati Maya, which is being handled by Brahmanas, will henceforth be by those Brahmanas who are acting against the principles of Dharma. So is it that you are sorry and unhappy for that? Or is it that instead of working for Brahma Jigyasa, Patan and Patan of the absolute truth, the Brahmanas will take care and shelter of the administrative families who will not be respecting Brahmanical culture? A profound explanation in these two slokas, which are written so many thousands of years ago. But if you see, whatever is mentioned in those slokas has over a period of time actually turned out to be true. And we are actually facing this. So if whatever is mentioned is turning out true, then whatever is remaining is definitely going to turn out true as the age of Kali progresses. Because four things gradually diminish: duration of life, mercy, daya, memory, the power of recollection, and moral or religious principles. So these four things would be lost proportionately over a period of time. So that is why it seems dharma or religion, which is slightly pending, the bull is symbolized as standing on one leg. And again, it also indicates that the four principles that we are talking about, three-fourths of the population have become irreligious and they have converted the whole atmosphere hellish. And that is why, again, the bull symbolization as standing on one leg. In the purport, Prabhupada ji explains us about the different grades of. So those who are followers of Krishna, those who follow the orders of Krishna, the instructions of Krishna, they are all Suraha, and they are characterized by Vaishnavas and Brahmanas. And then we have those who are supposed to give protection, the Kshatriyas, those who are supposed to be involved into the generation of Lakshmi, the Vaishyas. And then we have Shudras, the working class, the Mlechas, the meat eaters, the Yavanas, the dog eaters, and then the Chandalas, who are the last in degradation. So, all these people, because of the age of Kali, will keep on getting more and more degraded. And the quantum proportionately of Vaishnavas and Brahmanas will keep on reducing. People will not do any kind of a yajna. And even if they are trying to do any yajna, they will not have the appropriate Brahmanas who can alter the ahutis in an appropriate manner to transfer the offerings to the demigods. And thus they will not be performing the activities which are told by Krishna very clearly in Bhagavad Gita, in the 3rd chapter itself, wherein Krishna explains the importance of yajnas for the human beings. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanyat asambhavah yat bhavati parjanya yajna karma samudbhavah. And then Krishna says, Karma Brahma Udbhavam Vidhi Brahma Aksharam Samudbhavam Tasmat Sarvagatam Brahma Nityam Yagye Pratishtitam. So again, depending upon the yajna. Evam Pravartitam Chakram Na Anuvartayati Iha Yaha Aghari Aghayuhu Indriya Ramah Mogham Partha Sajivati. Here it is very clear that one who does not follow in the human life cycle, the cycle of yajna, which is established by Vedas, leads a life full of sin. Living only for satisfaction of senses, such persons lives in pain. Krishna had said it very, very clearly when he was talking to Arjuna. So yajnas were important, but then they were not. No yajnas, and then the sufferings increases. Insufficient rainfall, no grains, no animals are happy because of the lack of food. Then the killing of the animals happens. And the cycle continues and becomes more and more. So this material world, which is a prison house, makes us more and more bonded. Because we are no longer faithful to Krishna. We are not servicing what we should be doing. Yajna is means for counteracting the accumulated sins. And the demigods get pleased when such yajnas are performed. But then, this is not being done. Now, though it may be because of incapable, appropriate Brahmanas, Krishna does not want us to suffer. And that is why he came in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself and told us the Yuga Dharma, the only Yuga Yajna which is required in this Kali Yuga is the Sankirtan Yajna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. In which everyone can take. So whether we are devotees, whether we are karmakandis, everyone derives the benefit by performance of the Sankirtan Yajna as mentioned in the 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita by Sri Krishna. And hence, performance of that Yajna becomes very, very important. But it does not end there. What is also important to understand is the pure state in which the women, the children, the brahmanas, and the cows are in the Kali Yuga. They are completely neglected, left unprotected. The illicit connections have rendered children, women uncared for. And hence, the women under the effect of Kali again try to become independent of the protection. Marriage is no longer sacrosanct. Children not taken care of properly, both husband and wife busy in their own career goals. And no elderly persons at the house to take care of the children. Brahmanas, they also take up to the modern educational system. And so the moral, the religious principles, they are completely gone. Actually, with proper education, bad character can be removed. But then the proper education is replaced by the modern education where both things are running parallel. Everyone is condemning the tenets of Vedic wisdom and wants to have a secular state. The philosophers, the writers, even they do not work on the religious principles anymore. And in fact, deny the moral codes of the Shastra. So there's complete degradation. And all these are the symptoms of Kali Yuga, which are harmful to the general welfare of the human society and the conditioning of the living being. And if not appropriately controlled at the right moment, they result into further complications. And hence, performance of the yajnas and getting back to our wisdom of the Shastric knowledge, following the Chaturvarna Chaturashram system as recommended by Krishna, becomes very, very important. And the start of that, we have to start with association of the devotee. Today, the auspicious day of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Gaur Purnima is being celebrated everywhere. So, we should associate with them. We should completely be with all the devotees chanting Gaura Hari, Gaura Hari, welcoming Gauranga Mahaprabhu, Jai Gauranga, Jai Gauranga, and ensuring that there's loud chanting of the glories of the God, chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahaprabhu. We should be reading scriptures as we are doing right now. We should be taking only Krishna Prasada. The food which is offered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taken back as prasadam, should be our diet. We should engage in the deity worship or deity seva and do whatever best we can. And that is the only way by which we can strive to get out of this material world. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.